I have a nonprofit. It's called From Within. It's a mentoring and advocacy program. I service about 100 young people here in DC, families. I pay for funerals. We pay for food. We pay for school uniforms. We pay for rehab. We pay for whatever you need. We make it happen. We find the money and we educate, and engage, right? That's the goal, to educate and engage and advocate for our people, because the disparity that was caused by 400 years of slavery and systematic oppression has never been closed, right? It's never been repaired. So our people are creating programs. One of my greatest passions is getting young, educated people to realize that you gotta be in the streets. Because with your degree, with your education, you still can't close any gap. It doesn't matter how good my program is. It doesn't matter how good a teacher I am. It doesn't matter how good a developer I am. I can't even make a dent with all my brilliance. And I know I'm brilliant because I'm Black. So with all my brilliance, all my gifts, and I can say everything I just said in Spanish. I've been on Telemundo about 8 times, speaking about Blackness, speaking about reparation, speaking about Black movement, speaking about how my Black brothers and sisters in our Latino community need to join this reparation movement, join NCOBRA, partner with NCOBRA. And so I was blessed. I've always had a connection to elders. I worked as a CNA at a home health aide for like 10 years. And so I've always had a great belief that before you make any move in life, you better talk to an elder. And so when I found, I was out protesting, I'm on the ground, I'm a boots on the ground, frontline activist. And so when I was out there yelling at the cops and yelling at the military that was out there, and I kept saying Black Lives Matter, and I was saying defund the police, and I recognized that I had said that before. But the one thing I had never said loudly and in their faces was give us reparation, because it has always been a radical concept. It has always been taboo. It has always been something so far-fetched that when we think about it, it's like, oh, look at that crazy Black man talking about reparation. And what I realized was that, you know, I'm in spaces many, many, many times in my day where I am in spaces with people with hundreds of thousands of followers on social media that could take a campaign like NCOBRA's reparation movement and the HR 40 bill and really breathe life into this thing, because Black Lives Matter is great. But if you're not getting us anything tangible, if you're giving us pieces and not the whole thing, like the brother talked about earlier, then we're only talking about pieces. We can talk about defunding the police in the context of reparation. We can talk about policy and reform for police reform in the context of reparation. We can talk about education reform in the context of reparation. It all fits under this umbrella. And so I just want to talk really briefly before I finish up about what I decided to do, because I'm familiar with the narrative of we can't wait, which is the narrative of our murals that we are putting up, right? And so as a literature major, I learned to close read and look at language and understand language. And it's not that we can't wait, it's that we won't wait, we ain't waiting. And so what I have decided to start, what I started to do was I created another organization, and this one's called, I didn't know about NCOBRA. I want to say that I didn't know these elders. When I found out about them, the first thing I did was I Googled them. It was 10 o'clock at night. I Googled them. I sent them an email that same night, and Kenise Henry called me that same night, and we talked till about 12:30 in the morning about NCOBRA and who NCOBRA is. And I said, why don't people know about NCOBRA? Why don't people know? And so I've taken it upon myself to, I created an organization called the Reparations Now Coalition, because I didn't have any NCOBRA swag to put on.
Hey.
So well, we're calling the Reparations Now Coalition. Here's our logo.
Yes.
It's you know, and what we're doing is, we're completing the application to become official partners of NCOBRA. And what we want to do is, we're starting a national campaign. I'm working with brothers across the nation, Tallahassee, Atlanta, Texas. Right now I have so far We're going to start a national mural campaign. So if you're interested, are you part of another organization, a fraternity or sorority that wants to sponsor a mural in their city, we ain't waiting. We're going to start these murals all over the city. I have a location that will start designing and painting on August 1st. We're going to unveil our mural here in the DMV on August 15th. What we're looking for is other spaces across the country so that we can start reparations now. We have received some donations, and we're looking to provide paint and anything necessary to complete murals by August 15th to unveil all in one day national press conferences in front of these murals. It should be in newspapers. It should be on the news that fraternities, sororities, NCOBRA, the one we're doing here is NCOBRA's. DMV, the mural in DMV will be NCOBRA's first official DMV mural is done. It's happening. Yay. It's happening. So we're going to do a press conference for that. We're going to call the mayor of the town that's doing it. It's all getting organized. And what I'm looking for is for brothers and sisters to tell me who needs it, who got a space. Let's go. Let's find these spaces, create these murals. Let's launch this thing everywhere so everybody's seeing it, everybody's engaged in the conversation, in the narrative about reparations. I've organized a team of publicists, campaign managers, politicians that are really interested in the reparations conversation. And what we like to do is start an online social media campaign. So we're going to be creating promos where people can immediately click on the link to go do their legislative action and support the bill and send their letters to their congressmen. Black Lives Matter should have this on their page. ACLU has it. They're not promoting it enough. They need to promote it more. They're sending emails about every other legislative action but the HR 40 bill. I'm already all over that. I got people writing letters to them now. We need to forcibly get them to talk about reparations all over. Frats, sororities, NAACP should have the link on their page to be putting out promotion. I don't know what this August 28th March on Washington is going to be talking about, but if they ain't talk about reparations, I got a good 500 people that's coming with me. I got a good 500 people that's going to be coming with me to talk about reparation. So whether they want to talk about it or not, that's the conversation on my bullhorn. So that's what we're doing on our end, because we ain't waiting. And so we're launching the national online campaign. We're creating a website where what we like to do is create a hub for everything reparation. So NCOBRA's link is going to be on there. The D12 movement is going to be on there. Anybody who's supporting reparations and the HR 40 bill, their link needs to be on there and how people can support. Also, we're going to be creating a guide for how to support reparations in your city. I don't like to call it a hit list, but we call it a hit list, our congressional hit list. We want people protesting at the doors and businesses of these congressmen and senators. So I'm asking sororities, fraternities, NAACP, all these, New Era Nation, New Black Panther Party, if you're in here, you hear me. We need to get our brothers and sisters at these doors fighting specifically for reparation. We cannot, Black Lives Matter, the narrative of Black Lives Matter has been our narrative forever because we are Black.
Right.
Saying the names of our dead has been our way since long before all of this, right? We've been pouring libations forever. So I cannot say another name because they're gonna keep adding. I want tangibles for my people. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people have challenged me in saying, Sammy, you put your entire life, I put all my other organizations on pause for this movement at this time, because this is the civil rights movement of our generation, because it requires our full attention, because it requires every organization and every activist to be talking about reparations, because it's the full package, right?
It's the full package.
It's the full package.
It is.
I'm not looking for pieces. I can get pieces on my own. All of us have gotten pieces on our own. We're looking for the full package, and it needs to be a national conversation. It needs to be a national campaign. And so that is what my team and I have started to mobilize. And we created a strategic plan. The website is getting designed. We hired a publicist to put this out there and start spreading this word and getting our campaign materials together. Everything that we're creating has NCOBRA on it because NCOBRA is our guide. They are our elders, and they are the ones that They started this movement. You know, and it is our job to put NCOBRA on our backs and lift them so that the world can hear, so that America can hear. And people have challenged me as a Latino and said, well, you know, you don't get reparations. Well, I'll be damned. How about that? But how about they owe reparations to reparations to every Black person across the globe? How about reparations is due to my people on my island as well? How about when African Americans get reparation, it will destroy the original sin, the original template that was used to enslave our people globally. And that is why I know that saying this in English and in Spanish is causing great change right now. I got an organization called UniAfro that reached out to me, and they're a national Latino organization of Afro-Latinos that want to fight for reparation for African Americans. You want me to speak Spanish?
Please.
Soy el creador de la organización Reparación Ahora. Estamos buscando a personas que se unan a nuestra batalla para la reparación afroamericana. Es increíblemente necesario que nos unamos a nuestros hermanos afro, porque tenemos que pelear juntos para recibir reparación global. Es necesario la opresión y la opresión sistemática de 400 años de esclavitud nos han llevado a este momento en la historia humana, en la historia afro, y tenemos que tomar acción ahora. And that is why we're joining this movement as Latinos.
That's why we're looking for people of African descent and African Latinos to come together, and we are looking to end this system of oppression.
The time is now.
And there is no better time in our history.
That's right.
I've never felt this energy in my life. I know that it is right. I know that there's not a degree, there's not a cause, there's not nothing I could be getting right now that is more important than this.
I say. My brother. Y'all see why
Gracias para las palabras y tú eres muy inteligente, and I'm so happy to have you as a brother in here. I need you to come to Dallas and teach me a little more of that Spanish.
And she's going to close us out, and then we are going to have our sister Jasmine bless us real quickly before we bring in our sister Leslie, who will then be giving us a final message as a youth activist. What do you say, Sister Lily?
I say what the youth say. What
reparations today.
Reparations now.
When do we want our reparations?
We want it now.
Run me my money.
Okay. All right, Lady Freedom, take it away, Queen.
Hey, I heard that drum back there. Don't crank me up. Yo, so thanks so much. It's really an honor to be with you all this evening. Always wonderful to, whenever they say, hey, come together and let's get something happening for the people, I'm with it. And it's been, goodness, at least maybe a decade since I've been working together and organizing alongside NCOBRA and with organizers for NCOBRA. I want to take this moment to honor Mama and Jerry, one of our great pioneers with the trailblazers, I'm gonna say, because pioneers to me kind of have a different complexion, but trailblazers, right, for reparations. And so I carry her with me, and I miss her coming to Selma, and really, for me, was one of the first faces of reparations that I saw, and really saw that it really was possible for us to achieve that, and that there were people doing that work. And so I just want to lift up Mama and Jerry at this point. Thank you so much to the organizers for this. And so youth activism, man, I started activism when I was in high school. There was a group called Students Ally for Equality. The acronym was SAFE. It was SAFE, Students Ally for Equality, which I went to mostly white school in the suburbs in East St. Louis. And really we didn't like the treatment that a lot of us were getting, even though there were a few of us. It still was important to us that we make some kind of sound, you know. I heard him saying about the sororities and them, and I'm gonna say my soror, one of my lovely sorors, Zora Neale Hurston, say, you know, if you're silent about your pain, they will make it if you write it. No,
Hey.
please, what you let me find out? There's somebody up in here. Centennial here. Come on, Centennial. Come on, Centennial. Okay. And you know, I'm proud to be a part of one of the original Pan-African sororities, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. How y'all doing? Okay, and I know the DST's in here.
We doing
Mama
well,
Fire
so
Rose,
we
one of those
there.
great women, you know, the Divine Nine, and really it is important. And I like what the brother said. It is important for us to use our leverage with those organizations to force and push, right? Because we know if you put them, y'all seen what them Delta women did out there in front of Kemp House about their soror, right? And so, and really just thinking about it, sororities and fraternities are a great resource of young people who come together to accomplish missions. And so, you know, I know there are some people that like to kind of say unflattering names about those organizations, but really even thinking about, I mean, I didn't even have that in my list of things to talk about today, but even just thinking about how do we get more involvement of Divine Nine organizations, and having once been an NPHC president at my alma mater, even just realizing the reparations that are owed to even Black Greek letter organizations.
Right.
For instance, when I went to school in Troy, they tore up our historic Black. My father actually was a part of, I don't know why it's just taking me here, but I'm gonna go there. So my father was a part of the charter line of Kappas at Troy. And part of what made me come to Alabama to go to school was my parents met at Troy. And thank you, NPHC letter. That's what I'm talking about. But it was important to me to go to school in Troy. That's where my parents met, and I always was nostalgic about Troy. Like I said, my father was part of the charter line there. But even then, they were receiving racist treatment. Right, there's still buildings named after Klansmen in even Troy University. But why was I bringing them up in the case of reparations? Because they were lied to. We were lied to say that the benches that were moved of the Black Greek letter organizations were supposed to be put in another place. We were lied that we were going to receive Black sorority and fraternity houses. Never did. They built new sorority and fraternity houses for the white Greek letter organizations, and the Black people still ain't even got a hand-me-down. So back, I digress. Reparations now, you know, and that's why the youth them say, you know, the youth NIM, I mean, I'm part of NIM, right? The youth NIM, we're tired of someone saying wait, we're tired of someone saying we don't deserve, we're tired of someone saying, you know, you weren't slaves, you know, I mean, I really wanted to cuss right there, but I'm gonna keep my words polite. But it's important for us to see how do we organize and move forward with progress for reparations. Because like right now, the way that the power of the people is working, we got them right by the you know what, right? And if we just twist the right way, you know, they coming to their knees, and it won't be too long before Babylon truly all the way fall. You know, it's gonna all the way fall just because of the way that between some of the defunding, and I know there are people that say, well, how do y'all expect to pay for reparations, and who do you expect to get the money from? Well, you put them together, defund police, because you think about it, part of reparations is the undoing of the systems of oppression that were put in place to stop Black liberation, to stop Black unity, to stop Black advancement, right? And so that's even a part of that as well. And so even I like what the brother said about the links, you know, must be able to make it easy for people to click to get to. Working with the Panther Party and being with the People's New Black Panther Party for some time, reparations is important to me as far as that goes, because it's a part of, you know, Panther platform even. I mean, a 10-point program is important for us. reparations. And it's more than just something that we put on paper. It's something that we're working to see happen. And so as a part of the Panther Party and as a part of even working with NCOBRA and the PGRNA, I mean, really, I feel like and we know that reparations is more than a check. So when I say run me my money, right, it's more than just money, right? It's about that land. It's about like even the institutions, and with us intending for the expansion, even with PGRNA and the land that we believe should be given to us, it's still going to take some funding to build, for infrastructure, for whatever it takes. And so there's a reason why they don't want us to have it. But there's also many, many reasons that I know that our people will be victorious. I see a change in the atmosphere, and really just excited about being a part of being the change that we look for, and I want to just say this while I prepare to move out of the way, that don't be discouraged by the people that say that we can't make it happen, that it won't occur. I worked for the Fight for 15 for many years, working and organizing to work to see minimum wage increase. And so many people told us it wouldn't happen. You're never going to get it. You're never going to get it. Right? They literally told, like, you're never going to get it. And we got it.
Never going to get it. Never going to get it. I'm sorry.
Never gonna get it. Come on, Jazz. Woo, 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 woo.
Right?
But,
I'm like, we got a music.
Hey now.
okay.
Remix. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
Yeah, we gonna get it. Y'all better work up in here.
Yes, but don't be discouraged. We will occur, we will accomplish what we will, and this is one of the things that we will accomplish, that we are willing to accomplish.
That's
and
right.
we just, the African proverb says the biggest elephant is eating one bite at a time, and
That's
we're just
right.
gonna take nibbles out of that thing, or put some barbecue sauce on it. Somebody
Come
got
on
hot
now.
sauce in their bag, swag. We're gonna stop it up with, with some justice. Some justice crackles.
Yes.
Yes. So Black Power, power to
Black
the
power,
people,
power to the people.
reparations
Power
now.
Reparations now.
Free the land
Reparations
Free the
now.
land.
Yes.
Get your
Thank you
needs
so
off
much,
our
ladies.
by
necks.
any means necessary.
Yes, by
Yes.
every
Yes.
By
means
any
necessary.
means
That's right.
necessary. Wow. Go ahead, Lily. I saw you.
Sister Yomi, how you feeling? I'm feeling like I got this energy running through me right now. I'm like,
Girl, I'm trying to tell y'all keep me so young. Okay.
I like
I'm
that.
63 years young, okay? Because
I like that
Yes.
remix.
I love the remix because I believe in you and because you see the vision and you respect the work and you respect the foundation and those that have come before you. The time is now in
That's
honor of Congressman John Lewis, even though Dr. Greg Carr put us straight down with that yesterday. Y'all got to see yesterday's video. But anyway, he did say the time is now, young people. The time is now that you cannot give up, that you must keep pushing on. You must keep fighting. And so I tell you to just press on, because we will. Yes, we're going to get it. Yes, we're going to get it. Yes, we're going to get it. We're going to win these reparations. It ain't no doubt about it. What you say how I feel? I feel like I might see it in my lifetime.
Yeah.
My ancestor altar is behind me, and they
You're gonna absolutely see it in your lifetime.
In this lifetime, my brother.
Mine.
In this lifetime.
It's happening.
Lifetime.
This reparation is irrefutable.
That's right.
They have at this point in history.
Yes.
There's no turning back.
Yes.
I assure you, we're gonna get it. There is no turning back. We have arrived at the shift in history.
Yes.
We have a shot. Whether many people have many different belief systems. No matter what your belief system is, This is the shift. In the Bible, every 400 years, we'll hear about it. How about it? We're about 400 years in. It's time. Freedom.
That's right.
The time is now.
If you think about how black movement has been happening historically since they supposedly freed black people.
Yes.
About 50 years at a time. Guess what? It's reparation time.
It's reparation time.
Reparation
What time
time.
is it?
And
Reparation
time.
Reparation time.
Who's streets?
What
do we want?
Reparation.
When do we want it?
Now.
That's right. I hate to move us on. This energy is infectious, but we do have a little bit more on our agenda this evening.
I just want to say good night because I got to get off the call.
Hey.
Love you. Miss you.
Love you.
Yeah, but I just want to say one thing before I leave. I just want to say that in 1990, the United States gave $1.6 billion, $20,000 each to Japanese Americans.
That's right.
In 1990, Austria gave $25 million to Holocaust survivors.
Wow.
Jewish claims of Austria. In 1988, Canada gave 250,000 square miles of lands to Indian and Eskimo. In Canada, they gave 230 million to Japanese Canadians. In 1986, the United States gave 32 million to the Ottawas of Michigan. In 1995, America gave 31 million to the Chippewas of Wisconsin. In 1985, America gave 12.3 to the Seminoles of Florida. In 1985, America gave 105 million to the Sioux of South Dakota. In 1980, the United States gave 81 million to the Calamats of Oregon. In 1971, the United States gave 1,044,000,000 acres of land to Alaska Native Land Settlement. In 1952, Germany gave 822 million to Holocaust survivors from the German Jewish settlement. From 1865, America has given $0 to slavery, Jim Crow era, prison industrial complex to African people in America. So I just want to say before I go that we can win this.
Oh, we will win this.
We will win this.
Time is now.
The time is now.
Together we have to win. We must be organized. We must be structured. We must train the youth in every way. My godfather, Stokely Carmichael, aka Kwame Ture, said the youth are the fire of the revolution.
That's right.
Yes.
Fire of the revolution. Y'all keep blazing the fire. I'm here in Africa doing it. We're doing it over
only
here.
my child.
We doing it.
Love you, only my child.
When the money comes and we're ready to our infrastructure, let's make sure we pump a lot of that money rebuilding Africa.
Yes, right.
Although we do want the Republic of New Africa and our five pieces of five states.
That's right.
You know, but we will not give up a continent for five states.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So
They
young
won't get rid of
people,
us.
that's right. So the connection is Africans in the diaspora connected to Africa, wherever we are in the diaspora.
Pan-Africanism,
whether it's in England, whether it's wherever. And just know that as long as we have solidarity and we're unified, we will win.
We will.
Oh, yes.
I say, young people,
Black power.
You must stay persistent.
Black power.
You must stay persistent, young people. You cannot give